Hey YouTube, Mike the Rinnai guy here. How are you all doing today? Hope we all had a safe and productive week and we're all being safe out there. Alright, today's video, continuing on this series with the RUR199. And this also video is, I've had quite a few requests on it. So we're gonna go into detail about programming and installing the MC-195-T-US controller. So I'm going to hold it there for a second if you want to freeze it and take a photo of the model number. Okay. This is the second option that you have to control the pump cycle on an RUR199. Now, you know that when you purchase an RUR199, it comes with the Wi-Fi controller, which you can program it for your smartphone, Alexa. You can put a push button or a motion sensor on it, not use the actual phone or a tablet. You can then use this controller, which will do exactly the same thing as the Wi-Fi, but it's mounted, you know, on the side, so that you can then program it for the pump cycles. Now, like I explained with this controller here, that is the 91, like you would find on a regular non-condensing unit. That is to program the parameters. It will also give you temperature. It'll turn on and off, like when you turn this unit on and off, it'll turn that on and off. It'll give you code, but it will only run the tankless as a tankless. It will not operate the pump in the back. Okay? So let's just jump right into it and get to the installation. Now, I know I've mentioned this repeatedly. When you purchase the unit and you are going to use the Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi is going to come with the little white plug that you plug into the bottom of the PC board or the control board. If you decide you want to use the MC-195-T, you're going to need the supplied plug. And that you're going to find inside of the instruction manual with the filter and 2 stainless steel screws if you're going to decide you're going to go with the 2-inch PVC vent. And that, the one hole right here, I don't have the other cap on the top, but it's a matching hole for the stainless steel screw. So this is the controller that will be inside of the instruction manual. So that's what it looks like. Again, remember, do not connect to 110 volt. This is designed to plug into the piece, that control board. And then this is what it actually looks like out of the bag. Okay? So, we're going to use this controller. I mean, this plug. Okay, first thing is what you're going to get inside the box. There's 2 mollies and 2 stainless steel screws. You get 2 crimp connectors and 2 different size wire straps. A very good and a very informative instruction manual. And then the controller. Now the controller is actually in 2 parts. There is a mounting bracket and then there's the controller. So the mounting bracket is back here. That is the controller. The mounting bracket you pull down and you remove it. So there's 4 U-clips that connect to 4 recesses in the controller. So the controller is just pushed up and pulled out. This stays on. Now, there's a few ways you could do it. Let's get this out of here. So you can actually take this with the pins facing up mounted directly to the wall. There is, as you can see, multiple holes for multiple different mounting points. And if you go with these, you can level it this way and this way. But there is a bit of room in each one, except these four are pretty directional. You can mount it to a box, which we're going to do today. So the two screws here will mate up with these two right here. Or like what we do, because most of our walls are sheetrock, I'll take this, what they call cut-in box, and trace this outline, take a sheetrock saw, cut it, and then when I tighten up these two screws, these lift and sandwich in the sheetrock. So now it's a nice recessed box in the wall. But we're going to use this little gem box today for demonstration purposes. All right, wire. I highly recommend 18-2. Now, we buy it in 50-foot roll for small jobs, and I have a 500-foot spool when we do brand new jobs, because we run the controller wire. We make sure, and we check for continuity when we're done. Make sure we didn't throw a staple through it. And then we can redo it. Walls are done, you're up a creek without a paddle, because the unit's not going to work. So, and this is pretty tough wire. This is what you call thermostat wire. So, I already made some holes, and we're going to take the camera off, and I'll show you the connection points. So basically, let's feed the wire through the hole. And feed the wire through our other little hole. It's always nice to be able to get your hands inside the wall, right? Put a little extra. And let's get our cutters and cut off. All right, now you got your controller wire ran. Now, you're going to do this without it plugged in. All right, even though it's low voltage, you're going to do it without it plugged in. So unplug the unit, whether you're retrofitting, say the Wi-Fi device ain't working for your customer and you decide to put the MC-195 in, or you're putting in from the initial installation, unplug the unit. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to make our connection to the controller, to the actual unit. I use small blue wire nuts, and I'll show you my little box in a second. All right. You don't need that much, and it doesn't matter what wire goes where. And I know I'm talking with wire nuts in my mouth. Doesn't matter what wire goes where. Now you can do this outside of the unit because the hole, and the rubber grommet is missing, of course, because this is a karaoke unit. There's a large rubber grommet specifically for the controller. And that's this hole right here. So you'll be able to get wire nuts, everything, right through the... Okay, so that's done. Don't plug it in yet. Now, this side. Now, the reason I like to use electrical boxes is because you end up putting the wire nuts inside of the box, not inside of the wall. And if a wire nut comes loose in the wall, you, again, are up a creek without a paddle. All right, now, we want to mount the box, get the wires through, find your screw, get my drill. Now, get the box level. Go. Let me go grab the screws so I can show you the box of screws that we use. These are the screws that we use, 632. I buy a whole box of them, and they come from, let's see, they come from 7/8 to 2-inch. I keep 7/8 and 1-inch in this little Milwaukee tote. And that's the tote that's off my truck. You know, that's what we bring in when we're gonna do like a controller. And you can get these at Home Depot for like $6. All right, now we're gonna use 2 short little screws. You're gonna mount the mounting plate. Wires through the middle. Okay. And tighten up your, check the level. There we go. Now, 2 more blue wire nuts. Let's close this before we make a mess. And make our connection. There it is. Oh, boy, boy, boy. Okay, tuck your wires in the box. And kind of feel for a little click. And there we go. Then plug in, and again, it's one way, you'll see it. There's 2 little tabs. All right, let's see what we got here. That's why you put, there's a perfect example of why you put a box. Because the wire broke. And that would have been in the wall. That's another reason that I don't edit these things. Because we show what happens when something goes wrong. And no, I did not plan that. See if we get that on. All right, let's see if we accomplished. There we go. All right. So let's expand this in, and we'll go over the setting of the controller. All right. First thing, you have to set the time. Check your time. I have 9:55. Shut off the unit, hit function, and then hit the up or down arrow to set the time. We'll go 9:56. Hit the function, hit the on off. Now the time is set. We are set at 120 degrees. We can go down to 98. Go up to 120. If we go over to the PC, if you go over into the parameters to parameter 1 and go to B, you can go over to 140. But we're going to leave it at 120. Now, the pump cycle. You hit timer. It's set at factory setting. Hit function. Okay? Now you're going to get these little boxes flashing. What you're going to do is you're going to hit the up and down arrow, hit function, hit the up and down arrow. Now I'm 10 o'clock flashing. Hit the select button. Hit the next arrow. Now I'm at 11. Hit the select. Go to there. Now say you don't want 12 or 1 or 2, but you want it at 4. Whoop, wrong way. Hit the up. Now I'm at 4. Hit select. Say I don't want it at 10. See, hit select. Now, you say you got your time set. Hit function. Now your times are set. There's 11 o'clock and the pump is running. Right now. You can hit the timer for number 2. There's 2 settings. There's a 1 and a 2. Again, hit function. You're going to get that off, and number 2 is going to flash. And you're going to get the little boxes flashing. Okay, you're going to hit that arrow wherever you want to go. Say you want it on at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hit select. Now you're on. Say you want it over at, say, 3 o'clock in the morning. Hit select. Hit function. Now it's 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. The pump is not on. There is no vibration. You want select override. Oh, go back to, see, function, back on, back to timer, goes off, back to timer, you're back to 1. Pump is now back on. Select override. Means that it'll run now. That's like if you want it to just go on. Hit select override back again. So again, hit function, the on, the 1. See if you hit it again, it goes back to the pump cycle. Hit that function. You got the little flashing box. So one of these boxes is going to flash, and as you move the up and down arrow, say I wanted to come to here, I hit select. Now I'm at 12 o'clock. You finished, hit your select. All of it, whoop. All of it is in the instruction manual. It shows everything. All right, let's get this back. Let me just shut this now. Shut it off. You see the display went off here. Turn it back on. Display went back on. Hit that off. That went off. Hit that on, but you see now it went to 108. You have to, you can increase. Pump is on. The pump just turned on. You can, but when you lose power, give it a second. 120. That circle there is pump. If this thing was to fire, like if it was really hooked up, there'd be a little flame below that. Hit this off button. Power's off. Hit that. See, it went to 108. That's a safety. On all units, when you lose power, the RL units will go to 104. So here, you increase the temperature by that. We don't want I don't want to run this pump. It's running dry, and that's not good. So let's take this camera off. And I got something new. I actually got a camera stabilizer. You would not know how many times I've done video, and when I went to take the camera off, my thumb hit the off button. And I don't edit my videos, so I had to redo the whole video. But now I have a camera stabilizer that'll take the camera off without me hitting the off button. Let's see. Come on, baby, get off. There we go. New gadgets, sorry about that. Okay, so that is right there is where this plugs in. You see, it's one direction. There's 2 tabs with the little release, and then that will just plug right in, right there like that. And that's it. Then just tuck up this wire. See, I made a hole right under there, and then up to that. All right. Let's get this back up. YouTube, and to the ones that message me and talk to me about setting the controller, I hope that's helpful. You can pick up the controller from any supply house. You can get it directly from Rinnai at rinnaiparts.us, but any Rinnai authorized dealer supply house will have that controller in stock. Alrighty? Okay. Here's another little tool that to go on with the showing of something, of the tools. Okay, this is how I carry my pieces that I will need to do something on a tankless. Now, I'm going to show you this a little bit one at a time. You saw the blue wire nuts. Yellow wire nuts are when you're going to wire like an exterior unit where it does not have a plug, and you're going to need to wire it. And then I do carry some red wire nuts for when I have to put an in-use cover in and put the wires together. I carry some 1/4 and 3/8 wire straps for the thermostat wire when we do run it. If we can't get it in the wall, say it's a block wall, with screws, 3/4 and 1 inch, 632. And then for the regular RL units, I carry 2 different crimp-ons or stake-ons. And those are for when you wire the controller in, and it's mostly for an external model. There's 2 little Phillips screws right here on that type of PC board. And instead of stripping that wire and making it into a loop, I just crimp it onto one of those stake-ons, put it into the screw, tighten it up, and Bob's your uncle. It's much easier and much faster and a much securer connection. And it is part of the Milwaukee pack-out system. It'll lock onto your pack-out if that's what you happen to have to do your installs, and you'll have everything you need right there with you. All right, YouTube. I hope this was helpful. Again, I'll include the number of the controller down below, and of course my email will be there. Keep those questions and comments coming. I love them. Alrighty, and everybody that I spoke to this weekend, I hope you're happy with your install of your Tankless, and I hope I was helpful. Alright, YouTube, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.